Good morning. Good morning. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up from what we did on the kickoff to the quarter class and describe the exercise a little bit. So for those of you who couldn't go, you can still get an idea of what we did. So in yoga philosophy, there is these four aims of life, and they are aims of life that are not only okay, but they're actually what we are supposed to be doing. They're aims that we are supposed to be working for. They're desires that are acceptable, I guess is the way to say it. The four are moksha, dharma, kama, and arthas. So there's four. When you look it up on the internet, it'll show up as four quadrants. When I think about it, it to me is three and then an ocean around it. So you can wrap your brain however you want to do with this, but I'm going to describe it from the way it shows up for me. So my desire is to be free. I want to feel free. First question is, what does it mean to feel free? What does it mean for you to feel free? Right now in your life, what does freedom look like, feel like? What would it look like for someone who's imprisoned? What would it look like for someone who's enslaved? Take 2 or 3 minutes here and understand for yourself what it does feel like to be free. And then how do we get free? We have these three pieces of a pie that we can work on, we can crave, we can desire, and when we balance those out, we will walk into that feeling of freedom. So the first one is the arthas, and arthas is desire for wealth and power. And that is a good thing because we need wealth and power in order to have a stable foundation in which to live. This is your house. This is your car. This is your good quality shoes. This is the best food you can buy. This is these wonderful vacations that you can go on. This is the luxury of your life. Not just enough to get by, but actually plush living. That is the desire that we want to be working towards. It's the desire for wealth, not the greed for wealth. Very, very different. Okay, so arthas is the desire for wealth. Where in the last 2 weeks, this is a mindful exercise, where in the last 2 weeks have you made time for this part of your life? Have you been getting your taxes together? Have you, are you starting to budget whether you can go on this amazing trip to Europe? Did you buy just these amazing shoes? Are you moving accounts around? Where are you focusing on building wealth and power and desiring wealth and power? Again, different than greed. Number 2, kama. This is your pleasure. This is the desire for pleasure, the desire for sex, the desire for sensuality, the desire to live in our senses with what we hear, what we taste, what we touch, what we see. Where is the pleasure? So we are wanting to desire pleasure. So in the last 2 weeks, asking yourself and actually journaling it out, where have you made time for pleasure? Massages, chocolates, hot baths, deep kissing, whatever it is that has been your sensual pleasures, noticing that. And the third is dharma, which is translating into the duty, the responsibility that we have as American citizens, as world citizens, as householders. How are you showing up for your friends and family, your clients, your neighbors? Are you driving, in society's rules of how traffic flows? Are you living your responsibility? And then as we evolve, we think of dharma also as your heart's purpose. Are you living your heart's purpose? What is the meaning and point of your life? Noticing in the last 2 weeks, how have you been making time and energy for that desire? Again, arthas, desire for wealth and power. Second, desire for pleasure, kama. And then dharma, your desire to be in your duty and your desire for purpose and meaning in your life. When those three things are in balance with each other, we experience that desire to be free. We are free. We feel free. So that's an exercise to kind of see where you're at balance, and you'll find that maybe, in different places in your life you focus more on one than the other, and that's exactly how it is. It's you find it, but seeking balance and being mindful of where you are not making time for pleasure and you're only in your head, or you're only doing the duties for your family and friends and you're not making time for yourself, or you're giving and giving and giving and you don't have any money in the bank. This is what we want to do, is notice where we're spending our energy, notice what these desires are, and starting to build balance back in our life so that we can inevitably feel free. Okay, I hope this makes sense. I hope it makes sense, and I hope you enjoy it. Mindful living, right? May this be of benefit. Namaste.